That's the wrong ball.
Baseball starts soon.
Baseball's going.
I remembered the Andy Reid video. You want to see it real quick?
Oh, yeah, duh.
Hold on. I uploaded it and everything. Look, I came prepared.
Tom Grossi. Hey, man, I'll tell you, I'm so excited for what you did and how you raised $500,000 for St. Jude by visiting 30 NFL stadiums in 30 days. I know they always try and beat me up to the cheeseburger stand.
Try to beat you up with a cheeseburger stand.
Hey, that's 100% the real Andy Reid. Love it.
No question. We here.
We steer
you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. Bam. Nailed it. Great show, everybody.
We're gonna do it. Tom is tired. I will be driving the whole show.
I'm in the passenger seat. I'm nodding on. You gotta make a left in like 6 miles.
We're going to a roundabout, and we're just gonna do circles.
That's okay.
Man, football does start tomorrow. Tom may have blown his proverbial energy wad a little too early. Day before the big game between the Chiefs and the Lions. And yes, it's time for the Chiefs to start to worry because things are not going their way.
Do you know how many warnings I've gotten from fans are like, you're not ready for Brandon's power rankings? You're not.
They're not even that crazy.
Yet? How many? Okay, do you actually have 10?
Well, I have 14.
Dude, come on. It's not even mid-season.
Yeah, but it's week 1, man. It's week 1.
Why do you have 14 teams, Brandon?
Because 14 teams go to the playoffs. It's week 1. Let's talk about as many.
You got 7 NFC and 7 AFC?
What's that?
You got 7 NFC and 7 AFC?
No, I don't even know.
So what do playoffs have to do with anything?
Honestly, I totally spaced the Giants when making my rankings. I also spaced the Packers, so I don't even think about the Packers anymore now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. Whoa, we got a 51-year-old birthday today.
Okay.
Dave. Oh, happy birthday, Dave.
Let's get it. It's birthday. Boop. Let's go. 51. Let's do it. Let's do it, Dave. A very, very happy birthday. There is only... I want to do one we haven't played in a while. You know what? I would sing happy birthday, but I know someone else who can sing.
Morning, oh, what a beautiful day. Pretty woman walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind of like
to me.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be the official birthday clip.
That's a birthday clip. I think it's good. Happy birthday, Dave. Hope you have a great day.
Kirk Cousins talking about what a wonderful day or whatever at the beginning. Makes sense.
There's more than 14 teams, Brandon.
No, we'll get to the power. We're going to compare our power rankings today. I'm going to tell you why the Chiefs should start to worry in this game coming up. And
what did you do?
There's a lot of things happening.
What did you do?
Oh, my God. Before we get to power rankings, okay, I want to talk about some drama happening around the AFC West, Tom.
Oh, there's drama.
You've got Chandler Jones going on to Instagram and saying, I don't want to play for these MFing coach / GM dude guys. He's talking shit about Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler because he couldn't get in to to train or something.
Yeah, he was trying to get. It was on Instagram. He posted a bunch of stories, and he couldn't get into train. He couldn't contact the GM, and all of this stuff. He just seemed very not so happy.
Yeah, buddy. And that feels, that's I get why you'd be upset if you're going to try and train your body for the game of football that you play, and you can't get into the training facility, and then you can't get a hold of your coach or GM or whoever. Nobody's answering the phone, so does it make sense? Yes. Josh McDaniels is not good. And he brought in his guy to be the GM. So he has too much power, ipso facto. I believe that's how that works.
Yep.
And now we're just starting to see it trickle down to even more players. Pisses off Derek Carr, gone. Josh Jacobs nearly didn't play. He don't want to be there anymore. He'll be gone after this season. Chandler Jones, who actually played with Josh McDaniels in New England, comes over, think, oh, there's a nice relationship there. They know each other. Nope. He hates his guts now, too. So
real quick,
I just hope some more drama happens before the Broncos and Raiders play their season opener.
When was this from with Chandler Jones? I saw it. Was it from Monday?
When this happened?
Yeah. Was it yesterday or Monday?
Yesterday, but maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Because it's because he couldn't get into the building, right?
I think so. But if you can't get into the building,
but
I got to put some on Chandler Jones. It seems like an overreaction as well.
Could be Labor Day. That's not a Labor Day. So is it from Monday?
Yeah, but Labor Day for the NFL? Come on. You and
Labor.
You and I don't acknowledge Labor Day as a holiday, and we're just fucking YouTubers.
Whoa. You know what's actually really funny is I was talking to Papa Grossi, and I was on Sunday, and I was like, yeah, and I got GPS tomorrow. And he's like, you're doing GPS on Labor Day? I was like, yeah, dead holidays don't exist. They don't. I have worked every Christmas for the past, I don't know how many. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's the week before the NFL, there's not a vacation day in there. Then they tried to reach out to the agent. Too late. Can't get into the building. Chandler Jones' reaction, I don't want to play for this coach or GM.
I think that's valid. And I actually hope it was Labor Day. I hope they were just you know what, guys, last rest before the season. And Chandler Jones I want to work out. And now he's just going to burn the team down. That's what. Then
he unfollowed him. And he unfollowed Max Crosby for some reason. Poor Max Crosby. She's like, what'd I do?
Because Max Crosby was in there lifting weights while Chandler Jones was trying to get in. Yeah, it's not a mirror. It's just the door.
Yeah, sorry, window. I meant window.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so.
Anyway, I think it's just another sign that everything's not right in Raiderland.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably, now that they look like a disaster, they'll probably kick the Broncos' ass on Sunday, and I'll be miserable Monday. But that's happening. Chiefs still haven't gotten a deal done with Chirs Jones. Nope. He ain't playing tomorrow. You can't get a deal done today and then play tomorrow. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't think it's happening.
Probably could.
Then Travis Kelce hyperextends his knee at practice, now has a bone bruise, which is the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Okay? He's not going to be out. No structural damage, which is lucky. And now I said, should the Chiefs be worried? And yes, they should be worried for week 1 because I don't think Travis Kelce's going to play tomorrow. I don't think it's smart to play on a bone bruise 1 day or 2 after it happens. So they'll be without Kelce, without Chirs Jones. I think the Lions are ready. But ultimately, in the long run, I just think this shows how invincible the Chiefs are. Patrick Mahomes, a few years ago, dislocates his knee against the Broncos, right? Everyone's like, oh, God, we saw it happen. How injured is he? He comes back and starts playing 3 weeks later. The reasoning we get, because his knee pops out of place and pops back in, they're like, oh, Mahomes actually has super stretchy ligaments, so there was 0 damage done. Kelce hyperextends his knee. They're like, there's no damage done. What does Andy Reid have these guys putting into their diet that keeps their ligaments and everything stretchy? Because they just avoided disaster. And now I'm like, nothing can stop this team. No injuries can stop them. Even with Chirs Jones being gone, we're talking about him having leverage after this week. The Lions going to run the ball down his throat. I don't think that's going to happen. I think somehow, some way, their defensive line is going to look even better without him. They're still going to lose. And then he's just going to come back on and play on his current deal. So now I'm scared. Now I'm more scared.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about kind of like looking ahead for tomorrow, first of all, when they said hyperextended, I was like, oh no. Like, because the news when it got reported, it was like, it could be serious. Like, this could be really, really bad. So a bone bruise, like you were saying, is the best case scenario here. But at the same time, like, you're right. It doesn't make sense to play tomorrow because it's week 1. It's not even against a conference opponent. You know what I mean? So like let him rest and then you have him for the rest of the season because I think there's like no upside. The one that sucks, remember when you told me, oh yeah, we were doing the over-under thing, then we were doing that, and then I picked Travis Kelce to have more than half a touchdown. That was fun.
Oh.
That's why you bet
just
with.
Lost.
That's why you bet with and not over.
Lost.
You don't do that. You don't do that. I mean, do you think if they don't have Travis Kelce, like, is there a world that the Lions beat the Chiefs tomorrow night?
Yeah, I fully expect the Lions to beat the Chiefs. This is the year streaks end for the Chiefs.
So hold on.
I legit think, and look, I said this in my power rankings. I think the Lions' offensive line has a big advantage over the Chiefs' defensive line without Chirs Jones there. I think the Lions are going to be able to run the ball at will. And I think by doing so, you keep that offense at bay, and I think they win. And then I saw, I think it was Chris Long said the exact same thing, and I said it first. But he's talking about how the mismatch was in the Lions' favor in their offensive line. So I guess I was on to something as I just riffed through my power rankings.
Happy belated, buddy.
Yeah.
Happy belated.
They haven't lost a home opener since like 2014 or something stupid. So
yeah,
it's got to happen.
Yeah. I mean, as I've said, the Lions, I mean, if Kelce's out, maybe there's a little bit more pressure.
A lot more
pressure, I'm saying. Because I've said the Lions don't even need to win tomorrow night. Of course they want to, and that's going to be the thing. What I'm saying is, like, as long as they're competitive against the reigning Super Bowl champs, like, they're going to be feeling great. If they can win tomorrow, even if Kelce's out, like, that is a huge boost for the Lions in a very weird division in a very weird conference. And that would be a hell of a way to, like, start off the Lions season.
Yeah, get that dub. Beat those Chiefs. That strength of schedule by the end of the season could come in handy for the Lions. They beat the Chiefs now. You know, the Chiefs are still like 13-4 or whatever. Anyway, you said something about pick'ems, didn't you, Tom?
Also, speaking of the AFC West, this is the NFC West. Jonathan Gannon spoke to The Athletic, and I know he said it mockingly. He's like, yeah, I'm the reason we lost the Super Bowl, but I now have that quote forever, and I'm good.
Sure.
Even if he was kidding.
Yeah.
So
anyway, Jonathan Gannon did not sack Mahomes in the Super Bowl, so yeah, he did lose it for him. I've done 3 pick'ems for this game already, Tom.
Jesus
and I think
Christ.
that's why I only have Isaiah Pacheco as an option down here for the Chiefs at the moment.
Yeah, it's all Lions.
So if you wanna do pick'em games, you got to sign up at Underdog Fantasy. You got to use our code GPS up in the corner. Our link is in the description. There's a QR code here, which I'm currently covering up. But basically, your pick'em games, you can do it for any of the games. All right. I'm in Colorado, so I can't do stat totals. I can only do fantasy totals. But a lot of states, you can pick stat lines. You can mix them. You select. I got to do a minimum of 4 in Colorado as well. Okay. I think other places you can do 2, 3, 4, 5. And each one is another Xer on your return, right? So if I do 5 picks, I can 5X my bet. And since I just said I believe that the Detroit Lions will upset the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday Night Football, I'm going higher on Jared Goff. I'm going higher on Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm going higher on Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm going to go lower on this sneaky Isaiah Pacheco. Got to stay on brand. And you know what? What's Laporta? Higher. This is what I call the over-optimistic Detroit Lions pick'em. $25. Submit. Yeah, confirm. I don't even need to think about that. Boom! There we go. I just made a pick'em. It's that easy, guys. It is that easy.
It's good that you also support Underdog.
Yep.
Because just gave them money.
They're like, your pick'ems. Well, this is the first time I've been able to do them. So
That's correct.
It's that easy. You want to play? Do it. Underdog Fantasy. Use our code. And again, you've got about 24 hours to join the Best Ball Mania 4 tournament.
Yes.
The weekly winners, their big fantasy contests. Down there.
No, I don't think
our screen.
I haven't heard anything about Bosa.
Today.
So does he play on Sunday?
No, he's not playing.
Nick Bosa?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to practice if you want to play, right?
Yeah, I guess. I just, it's weird. It's very weird because there's a lot of rumors of contracts that are coming in. Like Joe Burrow, that one is apparently within the next few days, they're hoping to get a contract done. There's rumors that he's going to be the highest paid NFL player of all time, which tracks and makes sense. They're going to give him so much money, dude. They're going to give him so much money.
They should.
Oh, not individual players.
Nate Adkins, he invented the Adkins diet, and he ignored it, and now he's a tight end for the Denver Broncos. Answered.
There you go. Nailed it. Crushed it. Won it. I do want to talk about, this is kind of before we get into whatever you're going to talk about.
Sorry, hollow. That pick'em was hollow. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure.
Sure about that?
Aaron Rodgers' cousin. It's GPS. That's the promo code, guys. If 1 million people sign up to Underdog with our promo code, Tom and I will be so happy and probably billionaires.
I become a billionaire like that?
I don't know how money works, if I'm being honest.
I watch Succession, so.
God, I want to be powerful.
Right? Justin Jefferson, because there was all those rumors, too, that the Vikings wanted to get a deal done with him before week 1. Well, they don't have much time left. But do you think, which one do you think comes first? Do you think you're going to get a Jefferson contract or a Burrow contract first?
Ooh, interesting.
Because they both want to get it done for the season. So.
Honestly, I think a Burrow one, just because I feel like Burrow is, if I were doing a contract in the NFL, I feel like Burrow is going to be one of the most easy people to work with for a contract. That's not to say that he's not going to get paid, but he's already said he's not trying to max anything out. He wants to make sure the Bengals are good. He's said all the right shit. We'll see if that's actually true when the contract comes out.
I imagine it's going to be pushing a lot of money out.
Yeah. I mean, Mahomes did that for the Chiefs too. He probably doesn't he got an insanely large contract, but it's been very team friendly the whole time.
It won't be eventually, but they'll restructure at that point. I mean,
even now though, it's even when his cap hit is high, it's still pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
It's 50 million or something, but how many QBs already have 50 million cap hits in the coming years? Burrow they don't have to get a deal done right now, and they don't have to get one done with Justin Jefferson, right? They're trying to get ahead of it a little bit. Isn't that true? They're both in year.
Yeah, I mean, they technically don't have to, but I think, again, Mahomes is going to be Mahomes and Jefferson's going to be Jefferson. It's just the price is just going to get higher every single year. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it benefits the team to do it now, right?
Justin Jefferson, that's what, a 4 or 5 year deal, easy. You try that. And then for Burrow, I mean, because what was Patrick? Wasn't it a 10-year deal? Because it was
Mahomes?
10-year, half a bill.
10-year, half a bill.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, you could turn around and give Joe Burrow something similar. I mean, you're just he is our franchise. We're going to keep him for the next decade. Throw $500 million at him. I mean, cap hit. I mean, cap space is going to keep on going up, right? So as time goes on, like you're rocking. So
what was Devontae Adams?
Oh, his contract?
Yeah, how much was his?
So he was on a franchise tag. So we franchise tagged him. They shipped him over. I want to say
5 years, 140 for Adams.
4. Okay.
So what are we talking for Jefferson? Like 160? 5 years, 175?
It's gonna get up there. I mean, he's gonna be making what? I mean, $20-30 million a year, something like that. Probably more. Like, dude, like he's gonna get paid. I mean, it's just deservingly so. I mean, he's arguably the best wide receiver, right? Like in the NFL, in terms of like potential. Like, I still think Devontae like edges him out in some aspects, but in terms of like longevity, yeah, I mean, he's gonna be in the prime of his career.
Yeah,
So,
it's a smart contract to give him
not this year.
whatever he wants.
Not this year.
Yeah. So like the Chiefs and 49ers are in a similar boat right now.
Sure.
Neither have their best defensive player. Both are holding out. And now both of their tight ends, Travis Kelce and George Kittle, probably not playing this week. Kittle with the groin injury, Kelce with the knee injury. So rest in peace to all of your fantasy rosters for week 1. Especially all the people who took Kelce in the first round of their fantasy drafts.
There was sorry, this has nothing to do with that. It just, we're talking about the West and I'm thinking about the Cardinals still. There was that whole thing. I don't know if you saw like that GQ article with Caleb Williams where he was just like, he doubled down on, he's like, I'll just stay in school if I don't like the team that's there at first.
Yeah. He's got John Elway and Eli Manning himself to a team he wants to play for. And that team should be Sean Payton's Broncos. So
wow, we're throwing Russell right under the bus already, huh? Hasn't even taken a snap.
Dude, even if Russ is good, just still give me Caleb Williams, please. Russell Williams. Give me both. Russell Wilson he'd have to win MVP. But for me to be like, yeah, we can get by without Caleb Williams.
Brandon, you're not even going to be like, are you saying you're going to be close to the top pick?
No, I'm saying Caleb Williams just needs to dictate where he goes.
So next year you suck.
Let's just say Sean Payton and Walmart will figure it out. We've got too much money, too many resources, too much influence. Watch us.
Okay.
We'll win the Super Bowl and we'll still get Caleb Williams. How would you like to come play for a Super Bowl winner, Caleb? Boom. Let's make it happen.
Doesn't really have a choice a lot. So, I mean, like not many choices.
Yeah,
I mean, you can go back to school.
You can draft me, but I ain't going to play for you. 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 That's all he has to do.
That's it. It's nice and easy. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Remember there was that whole Joe Burrow thing too of like, oh man, like he might just refuse to play for Cincinnati. Like when the draft was getting closer, they're like, oh, they're so bad. He might just refuse to play.
Yeah, but he's from Ohio. So it's like, boom, he's got too much hometown pride.
I mean, do you think that could happen in today's NFL? Like, can they John Elway themselves out of it?
Yeah. I mean, Eli Manning did.
I know, but that was a while ago.
He's got to come from a powerful family. So
I'm just, I in today's NFL, like it seems more rare because there's usually like holdouts and stuff. And like, I want to get traded now for a guy coming out of college to do that. I mean, like, yeah, because Eli Manning was like the right, like that was the last one that was like really notable.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm just saying. All right, Brandon, we've strung this out too long. Just
should we take a look at the power ranks for this week? Compare our power rankings, Tommy boy.
I'm not gonna open my eyes. You just tell me when it's there, and
you can open them. See, it's not that crazy. It's not even that crazy. It's not that crazy at all.
Brandon.
It is not that crazy, Tom. Both got Chiefs at number 1. You got the Cowboys way higher than me. That's insane. You forgot the Seahawks. Also insane. 49ers at 5. Dear God. What are we talking about? If anybody's rankings are messed up, they're yours.
You have the field.
Yeah. That's not every team, Tom.
The Commanders.
Yeah. Well, yes, at 13. I don't make a video saying that the Commanders are a sleeper team and then not put them on the week 1 power rankings. Also, PFT from Pardon My Take gave me a little video for the Commanders. So they had to go in. They had to go in.
Listen, I like the Jaguars a lot. I think they could do really, really well this season.
Number 2.
You have them at 2?
Trevor Lawrence is the new Joe Burrow. How about that? Ice cold ice in his veins.
Ice cold ice in his veins.
All the talent. He's a long-haired hippie Joe Burrow, baby.
So you think right now the Jet? Okay, there's boy, where do we
got
begin?
The Jets as a sixth best team heading into week 1.
They almost made
They're
the
not even
playoffs
going to win
last
week
year.
1. They're going to get bitch slapped by the Bills.
You mean the Bills, who you have down there? You have the Jaguars higher than the Bills?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
The Bills are they're waiting for Von Miller to get healthy.
All right,
They're not
so
at full strength.
okay. All right, Brandon, let's talk about this. So, can you explain your 14th selection there?
Okay, yes, this I can explain. I know it's a little unconventional, okay? I even said I'm cheating here at 14. And the reason is because I felt like 14 is this fringe spot, right? It's a team you think could be good this year, but you're not sure. And those teams to me are the Broncos. Could be good. Could be good. Don't know. The Titans. They're in there. The Giants. The Ravens. Who else did I put in there? Hold on. I'll tell you all.
Packers?
The Vikings, the Bears, the Patriots, the Browns. I did not say the Packers. I didn't.
You
but I
said the
should've.
Bears, but you didn't say the Packers?
Yeah.
I hope we beat the ever-living shit out of the Broncos week 7. I hope we curb stomp you into the... You know what? What do we have?
So
What
we
is
can
our
get
bet?
Caleb Williams.
What's our bet for whatever it is? It needs to be amplified. Like right now. Like right now.
Here's the
Right.
thing, Tom.
Nope.
I didn't.
Gotta go up.
If I'm being 100% honest and transparent
You
with
put
everybody
the
watching,
field at 14, Brandon. The field.
the
Son of a
field
team.
is a paragraph in my power rankings that I did not proofread. Because I actually said the Dallas Cowboys, and then I had the Cowboys at 10 with the Chargers. I forgot the Giants. I forgot the Packers. I was on the fence about the Bears in the field, but I said, I'm talking about the field. Got to have Justin Fields in there. So, you know, those are all teams they could surprise. That's all I'm saying. They could be competitive.
Oh my god.
And I was going to have the Browns up in there, but there's just too much NFC or AFC North. So
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like Watson could be back to where he was. Could be hot garbage. Like you just don't know. And that's why
And the Browns right now, they've got a bunch of guys hurt for week 1.
yeah.
Like nobody's playing, I feel like. Where's that Browns injury report?
My dude. So you think that the Bears have more potential than the Packers?
I think the Bears have such low expectations that if they do well, it's going to feel like they're doing really well.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Let's
I told you, I just forgot about the Packers.
pull these up again. All right, let's take.
I
So
forgot about the Packers. Sue
So
me.
13. You think that the Commanders are better
yeah.
than
Washington.
you think the Commanders are better than the Ravens?
Yep. You know how I'm down on the Birds. I'm down.
And I know you're down. You think they're the 13th best team in the NFL right now?
Week 1, I can think anything I want, and it's actually you can make an argument for it.
You had like week 3, week 4. You had the Panthers at like number 1.
I believe
a
in
couple years
Sam
ago.
Howell. That's all I'm
I
saying.
will
If he
never
comes out
forget.
and he is like the 17th best quarterback in the league, Washington is gonna be good. Their defense is very, very good.
My God, I can't wait for week 1. I cannot, and that might blow up in my face. This might blow up in my face. And there's a decent chance it does. Oh man, I
Do
want
the Bears and Packers play week 1?
Week 1.
Oh wow, that's
Week
gonna be big.
1. Stern says the Browns have like one guy hurt. I know Denzel Ward was hurt.
Yeah. Oh, just their best corner. Uh-oh.
Didn't you just say there was a ton of people on the list?
Yeah, I swear to God. Let me find it. Where did I see that? Brown
I can't.
injuries.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know. We can't look for logic anymore. It's gone. It's no longer there. I mean, at least we agreed on the Chiefs, but did you do that just to curse them? Also, who got cursed?
The 49ers got cursed.
All right, I can be down with that. That one's fine.
Yeah.
That one's fine. Nick Bosa ain't getting a contract now. Okay,
Niners got cursed.
All right. So for 13, because you had a celebrity, you needed to put them in there, right? The Commanders.
Yeah, I was gonna do it anyway. I legit think
I was trying
Washington's going to be good. What I don't know is who's going to fall in the NFC East. Like somebody's got to not be good, all those teams have potential.
Why are there 2 teams at 10?
Well, because the Cowboys and the Chargers are the same team to me, and all of their fate hinges on Kellen Moore. The Cowboys, were they wrong about Kellen Moore? Or are the Chargers right about Kellen Moore? Their quarterbacks, it's like the exact same thing. They both played really well. Everybody thinks both quarterbacks are good. The Cowboys, they blamed all their problems on old Kellen Moore. The Chargers are banking on him to solve all their problems. And actually, I have a question here for you, Tom. What was the Chargers' problem on offense last season? How would you describe their offense, Tom?
Uninventive, check down city.
Check down
Injuries.
city, right? Check down city. That's Joe Lombardi's fault, huh?
I don't think he helped. No.
See, that's what I don't understand. A check down is a quarterback decision made in the moment, okay? A quarterback decision. Herbert was checking down.
There was a ton of screens.
Justin Herbert was checking down. Any other quarterback checks down too much, that quarterback's a fucking idiot who sucks. That's the narrative on social media. Oh, the check down merchant, as maybe Barry McCockner would say, the check down artist. Maybe the Chargers' issues were 2 injured receivers, an injured left tackle, an injured Justin Herbert, which we've talked about before. So I think Kellen Moore's going to look like a GD genius there if all of those guys are healthy. It's just, he's not going to have to do anything different. And they're going to be better and more impressive on offense because Herbert's going to be able to throw the ball at will with fresh cartilage mended ribs. And if Mike Williams and Keenan Allen actually stay healthy and they got an explosive rookie, sure, he'll throw it downfield to those guys. Maybe they couldn't get open because they were both banged up on and off all year. He'll have a little more time to throw the ball with Slater back.
So, I am
now the world's biggest coordinator defender. Okay? The man who blamed everything on Pat Shurmur. I still do. They just take the heat when
you
some of your
advocated
players
for a prison sentence. You told him to go to prison. You have no footing right now.
I didn't just tell him. I made some calls.
You just created an argument that if the Chargers are phenomenal this year, you're just like, oh, it's because they're healthy. That's why.
I think if their offense looks the way people thought it would look, that's going to be a big part of it. And sure, Kellen Moore can be better than Joe Lombardi. Sure. But I don't think he's going to have to do a lot. Also, did he design the Zeke blocking play? That's all I want to know. Has anybody asked him that yet? Like in a press conference? That'd be if I was a Chargers beat reporter, that would have been my first question.
Your first and last
Did
question.
you design the Zeke blocking play at center, Kellen?
Okay. So here, hold on. So you have, because I didn't notice the Chargers were on top of the Cowboys. So you have 14 teams and the field in your power rankings that is supposed to be top 10.
Yeah, I'll get to top 10.
No, you
to
won't.
me, it's like I
No,
don't
you
have
won't.
a sample of games.
They get worse. They get worse.
Next week will be 10, maybe. I might have some new categories to throw in.
Very sorry to hear that, John. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Oh man,
Brandon, like just work with me a little bit. Like just a tiny
here for you.
Brandon, here's the problem.
I'm gonna start putting college teams in there.
Yeah, I was
really
just
drive you
about
nuts.
to say it's gonna get to the point where you're like, Colorado's looking real good.
I should have put the Colorado Buffs at 1. What was I thinking? Oh, idiot!
That you should have put the Buffs down there.
Next week, Buffs. If the Buffs beat Nebraska, suck it, Will Compton. I am putting CU in there.
I don't.
And I'm going to make a case for why they could beat said NFL team. Easy.
No, I will not be gaslit into thinking.
Yeah, 60-45.
You just said your number 14 was a paragraph you didn't proofread.
That's
okay.
true.
So we're going to ignore 14 and 13. Okay. 12 Steelers. I agree with that. They're in my top 15. If I did 15 and didn't follow directions, 100% would be in there. The Jets, I'm higher on. Just again, I know their O-line. Like you're concerned, and I'm concerned too. I think that team is still going to be really, really good. I just think the Jets are going to be and Breece Hall's ready to go. Like,
yeah, that was a big news.
So it's Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall that are going to be playing week 1. Like that's big.
Very positive.
I think they're going to be good. Their defense should be really, really good. 10. Yeah, I have the Cowboys a little bit higher just because they're in a weaker NFC. I mean, I think that they'll be a solid football team. I think they'll just be good. The Chargers would be in my top 15 as well. Like they'd be hanging around there. We're close with the Dolphins. That's really close. The Jaguars, my friend.
VTR, VT92.
Who?
The Jags.
I like
the
Chargers a lot.
The Jags, but I want to ask you one question about your rankings.
Please, no, ask any questions. I'm happy to justify any of my predictions.
Damn it! Now okay.
Real quick, just to kind of show you what kind of show this is. So this morning, waiting in the StreamYard lobby for the show to start, I get in at 10:50, something like that. Brandon comes in, and I'm talking about just how tired I am, and he's like, "Oh, I can't hear you." So then he's playing with the audio and the speakers and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, okay, sexy disclaimer." And so then I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna mess with him now," and I just started talking like this. And Brandon's like, "I still can't hear you," and I was like, "Yes, you can." And I talked, and he's like, "Nope, can't hear you." And I was like, "Oh, well, now he's just messing with me." But then he leaves, and he comes back, and then I just continue to just do lip and just he's like, "Oh man, I still can't hear you." And then I'm like, "How about now?" And then he's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "All right, now he's messing with me." But then I went back, he went to go pee. Then I had to check, and it turns out my mic was actually not plugged in.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't actually hear me the entire time. So yeah, that's what
that went on for 7 minutes. Okay. Instead of any sort of discussion to prep the show, Tom was playing a prank on me, and then he thought I was playing a prank on him, and then he realized, his mic wasn't plugged in. So but none of us were pooping right before the show.
None of us were pooping. I got my poop
improvement.
I got my poop out of the way early. I had an interview. Okay, so you had a question about my power rankings.
Yeah, I do. But I forgot to mention earlier that new customers at Underdog, their mystery pick'em special. So I did the whole pick'em. I showed you my pick'ems. I forgot to fucking tell you that if you sign up with our code and make your first deposit, which is always going to get matched by Underdog with $100, they're going to give you a mystery player pick'em special. So Tom, he tried to take advantage of that with Kelsey. I
Yep.
wonder what happens. That wasn't your mystery pick. Was that your mystery pick?
No, the mystery was Patrick Mahomes having more than half a yard.
All
so,
right,
like,
half a yard. Anyway,
yes.
you can get it could be any player. Could be Russell Wilson, half a yard, half a fantasy point. I don't exactly know what they do with the fantasy points.
Travis is not going to go
But
well.
this is a huge offer. It's part of a 5-pick special. You just got to use our code GPS when you sign up at Underdog to see who your mystery player pick is. Disclaimer, forgot that earlier, but now we've been disclaimed. Okay,
Go back to the power rankings.
your power rankings.
Question.
The question I have about your rankings, the 49ers.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're going to be a good team. They have the potential. Obviously, they're a game away from the Super Bowl last year. There's some stuff going on with San Francisco. You don't have Seattle in there at all.
Mhm.
I think week 1, the Seahawks are in a much better position than the 49ers right now. So
Ooh.
are your rankings kind of like who you think is going to have a better season, or are you looking at week 1 specifically? You think this is the 49ers are the 5th best team in the NFL for week 1? Because
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are a better team than the 49ers week 1.
I just think the obviously not having Bosa is problematic. And again, Seahawks top 15, whole 9 yards. I also am worried about like the health of Seattle's running backs right now. Like there's a little concern that I'm very honest. Like I have doubts that Geno can do it again. I do. And I like Geno Smith. And I think the Seahawks, they did really well last year. I just think that they also got their ass kicked in the second half of that game against the 49ers. Now, they did. I mean, that's just what happened. So, or was it the fourth quarter? So overall, I think the 49ers are just like in a good, if Brock Purdy's healthy, like he's ready to go. Like, yeah, I think they're just going to be a really good football team. I will say, however, I did pick the 49ers to lose on Sunday.
Ooh,
I picked
who
the Steelers
play on Sunday?
They're playing the Steelers.
Oh, ooh.
I had the Steelers upset them. I do.
That's an interesting game.
Yeah. I also think the 49ers are the second best team in the NFC. So I think like they're, you know what I mean? Like, because I just don't, it's Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys. Then you're like having like the Seahawks around there. The Giants are around there. Like that, the Lions are around there. So,
all right.
I think just within the conference, since it's such a weak ass conference, that's why I have the 49ers so high. Yeah. I had them originally at 6 and I had the Jets at 5, but the O-line gave me some pause.
The funny thing in this entire list, Tom, is not a single team even sniffed, cracked our top picks from the NFC South.
No. Like the only team that would be there is the Saints. And like, I think the Saints are going to be a good team. Don't get me wrong. But
the Saints were another team I forgot about. They didn't even enter my brain. And like 10 minutes after I uploaded, I'm like, shit, I forgot it. Like, I think Derek Carr and the Saints are going to be better.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
But I still don't know if I would have put them as at that 14 field team. Like, hey, if Carr is solid, their defense plays the way it has the last couple of years, stays healthy, they're in a good spot. But boy, is that like
Jets
just shows, I think the weakest division right now is the NFC South. And that's over the AFC South, where you've got the Jags. You think there's a legit team in there that could be in the postseason, and the Titans, sneaky sleeper team. So,
well, because it's like, if we look at our list, right, collectively, legitimately, yeah, I think that I'm looking at yours. Lions, I don't know if they go that far. Seahawks, I don't know if they go that far. Commanders, definitely not. Like, the majority of the teams, like, I think almost all of these teams could go to the Super Bowl this year. Like the ones that are currently there. Right? So Chiefs, yes. Jaguars, yeah, I think they're a Super Bowl team. Eagles, absolutely. Bills, yep. Bengals. Lions, I don't know if they go that far. But again, it's a weak NFC. They definitely could. Dolphins, if they're healthy, yup. Seahawks, again, weak NFC. They could. It's just, I just want to see it another time from Geno. 49ers, I think they could. Cowboys, they could. Chargers could get really lucky. Jets could. Steelers, I think, are a dark horse. So, yeah,
Baby
I mean,
steps for the Lions. They just got to get into the postseason.
that's it. They just have to get into the postseason. Like, I don't think the Lions have that. Like, the expectation is win the division. Win the division. You get into the playoffs. Win a playoff game. You're rocking. Because then it's like, okay, let's continue to rock. Like, I think, again, I have picked the Lions to win the division. I think that they are by far the favorites to win the division. I think they're going to have a really good team. They built the trenches over the years. I really like their coaching. I don't like the fact that Jamal Williams isn't there. But no, they're going to be a good football team. I just don't think they're Super Bowl contenders yet. So.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL season is so long. It's just like there's like 3 phases to me. There's September, where we're just happy to be watching football. Some really good teams are going to look bad. Some bad teams are going to be overperforming. October, November is where like the teams emerge that are like legit contenders. But then like November, December, I feel like that's when teams who are good kind of get ruined by the grind of the season. There's injuries. There's like the other things that you thought a team was really good, and then things kind of come crashing down for them. So
that's with Manicast, though.
It's like, oh yeah, we can talk about that in a second. I think all I want to see from Detroit, because they do have all the hype around them.
Yep.
They have a very solid roster. Jared Goff had one of his best seasons last year, which nobody would have predicted.
Correct.
But they lost 6 games in a row in that like
in the opening stretch. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, don't do that.
Well,
like
because
just
they also
don't
have
have a stretch where you make us think you are the Lions of the past again. It was like, oh shit, look at their offense performing every week, but their defense was the worst on earth. And it killed them. It kept them out of the playoffs. And they were a good team while losing. So
that's
Detroit
why
can just be a good team and not do that. That's all they got to do this season.
Well, that's the thing too, right? They're 1 game away. If the Seahawks lost, they would have been in there, right? But the issue is, or not even the issue, the good thing for the Lions is that they were able to bounce back. Like that was an insane bounce back. Like the Titans and the Lions had complete opposite seasons, right? Titans are like, oh yeah, we're about to go win the AFC South. Oh wait, we're going to lose all of our games to end the season. And then the Lions, they won a ton of games. So the Lions, again, they are going to be one of the top teams in the NFC, I think, this year. And it's just their ceiling, I think, is like second round of the postseason.
Yeah. That's fair.
It all depends on if he's healthy. Like that's the issue with Darren Waller. He's older and he's healthy, not always healthy. So that's the one.
The other thing, real quick here, the Bengals. You got them at 3. I got them at 5.
Yeah.
So you in the NFL right now, Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts entered the conversation as like the four big dick quarterbacks, right? Like these are the dudes every week. Like, yeah, they're the best. They're the best. And we've talked a lot about how the Chiefs and the Bills, like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, are so good that those offenses don't have to run the ball to be successful. Like their offense still going to score points. It's still going to work. And we've said like we would like to see the Bills run the ball more effectively. Like we think that would benefit them. The Bengals, to me, are the team where Joe Burrow throws the ball just as much as those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And even last year, with an improved offensive line, still took like 44 sacks. Joe Mixon's production was not good last year.
It wasn't.
That's a team, to me, where I have them a little bit lower because I want to see them run the football well and consistently.
Okay.
And I feel like the style of play for Joe Burrow would actually be benefited by running the ball more consistently, more effectively. It's why I think they got to the Super Bowl the year before. Joe Mixon had 1,200 yards. Mm-hmm. And why we've kind of given those other teams a pass, like I think that's the thing that kind of affects whether or not the Bengals are in that conversation again as like the Super Bowl contender. I think they're going to be a good playoff team, even if their run game is crap, because that's how good Burrow is. That's how good the receivers are. But like, that's my take on them is like, just be better with running the football and it will keep Joe Burrow from taking, it'll help him take fewer hits and I think it'll ultimately benefit them.
Well, I think the thing is, the Bengals, I think, can go far without running the ball. The Bills, like, this is the thing with the Bills, and it's so frustrating. They need to do something. Like, they need to actively do something to change, because it hasn't been working in terms of just like, and again, last year, I'm throwing last year in the garbage. Injuries all abound. Like, their secondary was decimated. Like, it was a perfect storm for things not to go well near the end of that season. Like, it didn't work out well. But like, they're gonna have to play the Chiefs, right? Like, it's gonna have to happen. If they are to go to the Super Bowl, they're likely going to have to go through Kansas City. They beat them last year in the regular season. You know, they got Von Miller, and I think Von Miller being healthy after, hopefully he's off the PUP list in 4 weeks, like, they'll be good. It's just, they need to have another phase, an element to their game, because I don't know if they're beating Kansas City in the postseason without it. So, like, that's what I mean, like, legit committing to the run. I know a lot of it starts with O-line, but they have running backs. Like, that year, was it not last year, but 2 years ago, like, Singletary near the end of that year, like, he was doing well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, give him the foot. I think maybe it was against the Falcons, like with Matt Ryan. It's like, give him the football. But again, it's like, let Josh Allen just do everything, which is all fine and well and good because he can do it. But if he gets limited, the Bills are done.
Yeah. I think it's like, for the Bills, it's just being able to run the ball effectively, like in the red zone. Like, if they're effective there, and that takes away an area where Josh was making mistakes and had turnovers last year. It's hard to, like, you're talking about Josh Allen red zone turnovers. Sometimes it's a red zone turnover, but he's throwing the ball like 50 yards downfield into the red zone and throwing a pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he had 19 turnovers last season, which was more than any quarterback, like total turnovers. And I think if you can physically impose your offensive line can control in the red zone, and you can hand it off a couple times and score there, that makes the Bills so dangerous.
Yeah. By the way, completely. I've drafted him in almost every league, dude.
He's a great value draft pick.
He's been at the bottom. I'm like, why? I'm like, he had a great year last year. He's got a big old contract. He's going to be a major part of the offense. Another sleeper tight end, Cole Kmet.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I've been picking him in a ton of drafts because I was like, why not? Like, he's going to probably be a big target for Fields. I mean, he already gets the ball enough, and he's another one. So, but the point about Jonathan Taylor, it's that you can't just literally throw running backs at the Bills and be like, oh, yeah, like, they're better now. That's what I'm saying. It has to be a shift. And I don't think this is that hot of a take, right? I think out of the three guys we're talking about, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen's the third best one. I think he's the third best QB there.
Ooh,
I think Joe Burrow is a better overall, like, pocket passing quarterback. Josh Allen, of course, can run, and Joe Burrow is like sneaky fast. Like, he has that phase to his game that Burrow doesn't necessarily have. Happy birthday. But I think those teams can get away with it. So when they do run, it's even crazier. That's why with Isaiah Pacheco, it's even crazier. That's why you were talking about with Joe Mixon, they go to the Super Bowl, because it pushes them over the top. Josh Allen needs that element of like, hey, let somebody else run the ball and we can find some efficiency there to put them over the top, in my humble opinion.
I think if Josh Allen was playing with Andy Reid, he would be better than Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh. You know what's interesting, though? And to break...
he would have won. They would have... The Chiefs wouldn't have skipped a beat. That's how talented I think
they would have been
Josh
fine.
Allen is.
Yeah,
Burrow plays a little different style, and I think you'd probably translate to more rosters because of that. But
dude, you throw Joe Burrow on the Patriots with Bill Belichick, they're winning like Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, he could do it. But the point that I'm trying to make about Buffalo, and again, I think Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL by far. It's just a fundamental thing. They went out and got Von Miller because they're like, okay, let's make this defense better, because our offense, we don't know what to do. Like, it's already so good. How much better can we make it? It's a commitment to running the football. That's what I think will help them in this gauntlet that is the AFC. But sorry, you meant about Patrick Mahomes. There was an article, it literally came out today, and I perused it super duper quick. It was like Alex Smith, which, by the way, is so terrible about his kid. Oh my God, it's horrific. Hopefully the result gets better. But he was talking about how Mahomes was doing things in practice his rookie year that like coaches and Alex Smith was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like Mahomes is just a special dude. Now,
Yeah.
combine it with Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill back in, before last year, and Andy Reid, it's going to be great. Like he went into the perfect place. He didn't have to play right away. He went perfectly. And he learned behind Alex Smith. But like he was doing things that first year that were making guys like Alex Smith, who's a vet, who's a good quarterback, turn his head and go, holy God, like that's impressive.
Yeah, he does that. It's he and Josh Allen basically do that. I feel like once a game. We're just like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And until Patrick Mahomes hurdles a dude, Josh Allen's better in my opinion. Show me a hurdle, Mahomes, coward. How many hurdles does he have? 0. I would take more hurdles than Super Bowl rings because they're way cooler for quarterbacks. Super Bowls are easier to win than just embarrassing grown men by jumping way, way over them.
How many players, like defensive players, do you think are accidentally going to hurdle Deuce Vaughn? And it's just because they're like walking on the field.
How'd you feel about that final walk-off touchdown where you hurdled Deuce Vaughn? Oh, I didn't even realize I did that.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know he was out there. That's all I'm saying. All right, you want to talk about something else? You did. You said you wanted to talk about that crap. I don't remember what it was either. I was hoping you remembered. Crap.
What did I say, guys?
I don't know. Was it maybe a super chat thing? Hold on. I'm going back and looking. No, it was the Saints. No, Darren Waller. No, it wasn't that. I didn't see. Oh, that was what it was. Yes, the Manning cast. See, I remembered something because I said I didn't see this, but I saw the Manning cast thing of like Mike McDaniel like saying crap. That was funny.
Oh, Mike McDaniel. Yeah, he was like, you don't know anything about evaluating talent and go F yourselves.
Yes.
That Manning cast audition video, it's near perfect.
It's pretty damn good.
They got so many NFL players, which is just awesome. Made them all look funny.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I saw the short version, then I watched the long version on ESPN, and then I just got mad and jealous of it. It's like they got all the resources.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. I can never get all these people to make like this awesome of a video together.
Not yet.
And it's just like every second another player starting a podcast, and I'm just like, fuck, I gotta work harder. I want to work less, Tom.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I feel like I'm running out of creative juice. And then you see Peyton Manning and Eli just crushing it. It's like, what chance do I have to survive in this market?
I mean, the good news is it's on ESPN.
I hope. ESPN's it's a home run for them.
Oh, no. Well, but I mean, but let's be honest. They're doing what YouTubers have been doing, but with a budget and a ton of connections. And that's not crapping on them at all.
No, I know.
Like, the reason why the Manning cast exists is because of the problem that the commentators suck for the most part. That's what the NFL and all the affiliate broadcasting stations put out such a crappy product that there's thousands of people watching other like content creators going like, hey, we should do this. And the NFL goes, wait a minute. We could monetize that.
If Omaha Productions was smart, and they're a company worth like, I think 400 million is the estimate right now, they would be calling us. Hometown hero, Peyton.
All I'm going to say, I'm not going to see 14 teams and the field in any Manning cast power rankings. Because I'm pretty sure they don't do power rankings. So that's it. But don't worry, buddy. You're going to crush it this season.
So are you.
Yeah, how did your video do about the explaining the Broncos to... I saw it was like 80,000 last time I checked.
It's pretty well, 92-ish.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Sounds very good, but now that's kind of underperforming. So And I wanted to do the NFL or quarterbacks, and I'm a mess, and I couldn't focus on one thing. So then I started writing about the Dolphins. I just am all over the place right now without Will.
Yeah, when's he getting back from Ireland?
Tomorrow.
Are you gonna are you tracking his plane? So as soon as it touches down, you're just like text.
Here's a script. Help me. Please, God.
Please, God. Well, Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
Just a short, I think. Unless I can get a video out. I don't know. I don't know, Tom. But why don't you tell everybody you got a plan?
I have the longest predictions episode that I've ever done coming out today. Yeah, I took a break from editing yesterday to do a 40-minute prediction episode. It got cut down, I think Johnny said, to like 31 minutes, which is good. But yeah, it's long for week 1. They'll get shorter, but like it's like kind of recapping this off season, like what they did and all that great stuff. So yeah, got long predictions, and then I'm hoping to also get out. I'm going to start the North Saga today with the AFC North. So I have to write that script and film it and edit that. But yeah, no, that's I think I haven't taken one in a very long. I legit think I need to take like a 20-minute nap. I'm hurting today. I'm
taking a nap, buddy.
But that's what's coming out. And then if news breaks, that. But frickin' football's tomorrow. Also, Brandon and I will be streaming the first Monday Night Football game of the season. Bills, Jets, baby.
Bills and Jets. Yeah. Boy, I better not be wrong about the Bills. I'll tell you that.
We'll see. But, folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back here on Friday to break down the first NFL game of the new season. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.